Hiya, welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. You've probably seen me using this Steiner M7Xi scope on the Tikka T3X TAC last week, a couple of weeks ago, shooting at some ranges. A couple of people have asked me private questions about the scope and what my thoughts are on it, so I thought I'd answer a few of them today. We see a lot of 5 to 25 first focal plane scopes based on the 25mm tube. They're all sort of military specification, marketing sorts of things. But we do like them. Milliradian clicks on this one. We've got 4 to 28 power magnification with a 56mm front end. This one is of course the M7 because it's 4 to 28, which is a 7 times erector tube. Magnification controls back here. We've got a rubberized collar with a wing that sits at about 11 power. As I said, 34mm tube through, plenty of space inside for mechanical travel and decent sized glass elements in the lens packages. Elevation on top, this one is rotating clockwise for up. It's got 2 turns. We're set up on a 0 MOA rail here, so we're using quite a lot of elevation, and I think we're bottoming out full elevation at 16.8 mils, which is giving me plentiful movement here. But were you using a scope like this for whatever range you consider to be long, you would be probably using an inclined scope rail or even inclined mounts. You'll notice on the top here we've got a little button that pops up just as we go into the second rotation, so you've got a tactile indicator in low light. The right side, we should mention there's 27 milliradians total travel upward. Right side we've got windage control, again milliradian clicks, 10mm clicks, and that goes 6 left and 6 right of centre. Sadly there's no MTC system on this, which is the more tactile click, which I do like, especially when you're on windage. You want to go thunk back to 0 in the middle. But it's a patented thing. I believe US Optics hold that patent, and you would pay more to have MTC. But people like Schmidt & Bender use it, they pay for it, you pay for it through them. I do like it, I quite miss it. We've got a nice finish on the tube. It's smooth, it's well burnished, it doesn't, leave skin dust all over it anytime you touch it, and it comes with a front. It's like a Tenebrex, it's more a rubbery sort of objective lens cover. Back end, fast focus again, rubber eyepiece, plenty of focal control to get you onto that first focal plane milliradian reticle. Swapping sides, we have parallax control here. Left side parallax dial goes down to 50 meters and all the way up to 1,000 meters. It's good for sharp precision on that, and it snaps in and out of focus quite nicely. You can see here from 1,000 meters back to 300, you've got almost a quarter of a turn for precision in the geared systems inside. It's not one of these scope that goes 100, 200, 500, 900, 1,000 there, which you've got no control over depth of field or precise focusing point. The illuminator on the left side goes from 0 to 11, bit of spinal tap there for you, and it's got general darkness and daylight settings in terms of brightness. In between each click you've got an off position, and they light up the whole centre milliradian section of the reticle. It's quite a nice reticle, just clean milliradian markings. It's not too busy, you can see bullet splash at long distance. You'll see in the video me shooting it, it's got a nice versatile eye box. It's not too critical, and at 28 power, given the fact that rifles like this, perhaps in a PRL, PRS competition, you're going to shoot from multiple positions, you don't want a super critical eye box. You don't want an exit pupil that's like a pinprick, because it's no use at all. When you've got to assume awkward, difficult shooting positions, the last thing you need to do is not only fighting for stability and aiming precision, you don't want to be fighting to actually be able to see that target. So the MX7 is nice in that respect. One thing I will say is that although mechanically excellent and it matched all my dialed clicks and everything, I don't think it's quite the optical precision and capability of some of its perhaps more highly priced peers. The Schmidt & Bender PM2 range perhaps holds a slight candle to it in low light conditions. We can't really consider things like Hensoldt because you don't see many of them. Swarovski Zeiss as standard don't really offer comparative scopes. Minox, the ZP line from Minox is an excellent optical performer as well. I've tested the M5X, which is the 5 to 25, which of course has direct parallels across those the competition from other manufacturers. This one steps just a little bit above those, Also the Carles, which is the 525i now, I believe. I think it used to be the 624i. Again, another beautiful optical product. Steiner it's tough, it's robust. Mechanically, it's been superb. No doubts, no qualms at all about it. Just that slight, it's not just quite as crisp, not just quite as bright in low light. But thankfully, it doesn't seem to go milky. It doesn't, drop off a cliff. It's got a nice gradual descent as light diminishes. Some scopes, they seem to have like just a drop. They just go boof as soon as the sun sets, and they just disappear to nothing quite quickly. Likewise, there are other scopes you can't go anywhere near full magnification as the light begins to drop, because they go cloudy and milky, and you wonder what the hell you paid your money for. Not the case with the M7Xi. It's a scope I've been very happy to use, very happy with. It's dialed all my corrections perfectly. Parallax control's been great. Windage and elevation clicks are, of course, being first focal plane perfectly in collaboration with the hash markings on the reticle, so I've been either able to aim off or dial off for the wind. So the M7Xi has been an impressive scope. It's nice that a manufacturer like Steiner, which is part of the Beretta group, can complement such rifles that are as impressive as this Tikka TAC. I like the fact it's great mechanically. I like the fact it's very solid construction. It's very seamless, smooth. It's nice to use. Has no caveats whatsoever. Okay, maybe it's not quite as good an optical performance as some of its peers, but we're talking tiny percentages that you're only ever going to notice if you've tried them side by side like I have. What's important is this scope will not disappoint you. It's a great connection, and thank you very much to GMK in the UK for loaning me this scope along with the rifle and a decent quantity of federal ammunition to give them both a good go.